I reached out to hug her that night. It recoiled like my arms were a burden. "Don't touch me," she hissed, eyes glued to her phone. "I'm not in the mood to play wife." The words cut clean and I smiled instead of bleeding. "You won't have to anymore," I told her, my voice steady, my hands calm. She didn't understand what I meant. Not then, but I did. From that night, her calls never stopped. We met in the way cliches usually start. Unexpected, casual, almost ordinary. She spilled her coffee on my shirt. I made a joke. She laughed. Too hard. Her smile was bright, disarming, and I thought fate had tripped me into her arms. I was careful. With love. Always had been. But she slipped through my defenses like water. Through clenched hands. She was warmth. In winter, light in the dark. At least, that's what I let myself believe. We built a life together. Pictures on the fridge, shared dreams scribbled on napkins, whispered plans in the quiet of our bedroom. I trusted her. I built around her. I made her the axis of my world. And for years she played the role well. Perfect wife, perfect partner, perfect lie. But perfection always cracks. It began small, late replies, short answers, the phone always face down. Her laughter became reserved for someone else. The glow in her eyes. When she texted, the way her lips curled. When she typed, it wasn't for me anymore. I told myself I was imagining things. But then came the slip. One night I walked past the bathroom. Her voice was low, urgent. She whispered, "I can't talk now. He's here." I stopped, breathing. My hand rested on the wall, but my face gave nothing away. I went to bed, and when she returned, I pretended to be asleep. I listened to her sigh in relief as she slid beside me. That was the first undeniable truth. The second came weeks later. She forgot to lock her laptop. A message lit up. "Last night was perfect. I can still taste you." My chest tightened, but my hands didn't shake. Read. I memorized. I closed the laptop. Without a sound. That's when love died. And something sharper, colder took its place. I didn't confront her. That would have been too easy for her. Tears. Excuses, gaslighting. I'd seen enough of human nature to know how it played out. No, I stayed silent. Silence is power. Silence makes the betrayer grow. Careless. Instead, I began planning. Gathered everything. Messages, calls, receipts. I traced her patterns. The hotel charges, the sudden work meetings, the lies she thought were airtight. Every piece of evidence went into a folder, a timeline of betrayal. And while she played lover to another man, I played husband in the shadows. Supportive, attentive, unbothered. Made her believe I was blind. But blindness was my greatest weapon. Step 1. Secure myself. I moved the bulk of our savings into an account she couldn't touch. Quietly rewrote the beneficiaries of my insurance. Sold assets in my name. Only every financial string she thought she could pull, I cut. Step 2. The law. I met with my lawyer, armed with proof. Adultery, infidelity, abandonment of marital duties, the foundation of divorce tilted in my favor. He smiled at the evidence. I smiled at her. Downfall already written. Step 3. Exposure. Her affair wasn't a fling. Was with a colleague, a married colleague. His wife unknowingly became my ally. When I reached out, she didn't hesitate. She wanted truth. She wanted revenge too. We exchanged information. Like war generals sharing maps. Step 4. Patience. I waited. I played the doting husband, the unsuspecting fool. She grew bolder, careless, thinking I was wrapped around her finger. And then I chose my night. It was her birthday. She thought I had planned a surprise dinner. I did, but not the one she expected. I booked the restaurant, invited her family, invited her closest friends, invited his wife, even invited him. She walked in, eyes shining, expecting a celebration, and she got one, just not hers. I stood, raised a glass, and smiled. To my wife I began. The woman I thought I knew. Tonight we celebrate truth. Confusion rippled across the room. She froze. He turned. Bell. I slid the folder onto the table. Photos, messages, hotel bills. Proof. Spread out like shattered glass. Her mother gasped. Her father cursed under his breath. Friends stared wide-eyed. Didn't shout. I didn't rage. I just let the evidence speak. And then I looked her dead in the eye. You said you weren't in the mood to play wife. Reminded her, voice steady, calm. You won't have to anymore. The silence that followed was louder than any scream. It crumbled. He excused himself. His wife threw her drink in his face. The room became chaos. I simply walked out. The divorce was swift, clean, every asset protected, every lie exposed. The court favored me. She got scraps of what she thought she'd take. And when the dust settled, her calls began. First angry, then apologetic, then desperate. I never answered, because revenge isn't loud, isn't messy. It's silence. It's peace. It's watching the one who broke you drown in the emptiness they created. Reached for her once and she pulled away. Now she reaches for me and I don't. Justice doesn't always come with blood or violence. Sometimes it comes with a calm smile, a steady hand, and a door that closes forever. And that is exactly what I gave her. She taught me betrayal. I taught her consequences. And in the end, we both got what we deserved.